Hello, everybody listening to the Fair Weather Podcast. It's your boy 2K Suave. I'm here with my boy A Rod. According to Anthony Edwards, he doesn't even know who A Rod is, but I know who A Rod is. Welcome back to the show. A Rod, how we doing today?
We doing really, really good. I mean, minus the passing of our background DMX. Um, KK and I like to pride ourselves on being somewhat of hip hop historians, and losing DMX, especially to the sports world, is a big thing as well. But to us, like X was, a really, really big figure in music, life, all of that to us. So we felt it was only right to put the dog as our background.
Yeah, DMX is my guy. My go-to rappers are Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas, um, and Jada Kids. Those are my go-to. But right after that is DMX. I listen to It's Dark and Hell is Hot about 3 times a week. Before I even knew he had the heart attack. Because I mean, this is kind of just normal for me. It's an album that I'm always quoting. I'm always referring to. When it comes to anything. If I go to the gym, I'm playing it. If I'm about to take a test, I'm playing it. If I'm about to go out to the club, I don't go to the club anymore. If I'm about to go to the bar or a lounge, it's a nice place for me to relax. You got this. There's always a DMX song for everybody. He's somebody who's, he spent a lot of his life kind of broken inside. But he's somebody that you always had to root for. You always find yourself liking guys that you can root for, and he's definitely somebody that you had to root for, no matter what the circumstances. So R.I.P. to the dog, DMX.
Yeah,
Dark
Dark Man
fly.
Dark Man X, he's only guy to do 2 platinum records in 1 year. So yeah, DMX is forever be a legend. It's good to see that he's, you know, uh, in a better place now. It's sad that we kind of had to see him at his peak. And as of lately, or we got to see him in his peak, we got to witness that. And lately he's come out, in a lot of interviews and talked about his dark past. It's good to know that he's at peace now. He doesn't have to fight with those inner demons.
Yep.
Damien is officially dead.
Damien's out the picture now.
They were there was
Damien's out the picture.
there was some good songs, but it's glad to know that Damien's out of his life.
Yeah,
Every album had a prayer on it. Man could lead prayer.
there's
He
a
did it.
reason for that.
He did it at Kanye's Sunday service. He's
Yep.
he's an icon, man. So rest in peace to the late Earl Simmons.
What was your favorite DMX song? If you had to pick one, it's
Man,
hard.
it really is, man, because It's Dark and Hell is Hot is probably one of my top 10 favorite albums. It's
It's one of
probably
my top six, top five.
it's probably six for me on my list, but it's up there, man. I listen to it religiously. Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood is also really, really good.
Mhm.
Um, as fucked up as the song is, X is coming for you. Like if you want to put a crazy weight in the gym one day, that's definitely the song that's gonna get you hyped out of your seats, man.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
come me with that Rough Riders anthem and all that stuff. I mean, those are good songs, but if that's what you know, get the fuck out of here, man. Like
yeah.
real X fans here, man.
My personally, well, I don't know what it just. No matter what, it always got me going. Was the intro on "It's Dark and Hell Is Hot"?
That is a great intro. That's
That
probably the
that
best intro in the
I
song.
actually, I think I told this. I put it in a group chat maybe a year ago. Like I can probably look it up right now. It's about a year ago, and we're talking about the greatest intros in music. And I'm the only one that said it. I'm like, yo, the intro on Dark as Hell is Hot. That's the best intro I ever heard. Like, I got out of like, I remember the first time I heard it, and I got the chills that went through my body. First time I heard it, and to this day, the same chills.
Remember that shit was on Def Jam Vendetta too, man. That's how good it
Yo,
was.
DMX on Def Jam Vendetta was a problem.
He was.
He was a problem.
I remember that whole. I can recite the whole intro thing. Dog,
Yeah.
that's my man's in there.
That's my man's in there.
So
What
what
I'm doing, my
my
man's
man
in there
is doing
is doing.
because
Right.
my man.
That's my man's in there.
You know,
You know.
Jesus, man. It's, that energy level will never be recreated. I don't care what people say about like these rappers now, 6ix9ine and all these other dudes that are these hype little rappers. You got to pay homage for what DMX brought to the game.
Tekashi 6ix9ine in the same sentence as DMX. That's very offensive to me. I am so look. I'm sorry to all 15 DMX children, to all his baby mamas that somebody just, if anybody ever utters Tekashi 6ix9ine in the same sentence as the dude behind me right here from Belly, the dude from Cradle to the Grave, come on now. The dude from what's the other one that I really like?
Everyone Must Die.
Yo, that one. Yeah. So don't ever
Yeah.
disrespect. Don't ever Dark Man X Earl. Nah, bro.
Yeah, man. Let the light shining on Dark Man now. So happy for him. Sad he's gone, but he'll be
free.
returned.
He's free.
He's free, exactly. Let's make things a little bit more happier now.
Let's talk sports.
episode 17. Give you the rundown like we're gonna do now. We'll talk about some NBA topics that are going on. Which teams won the deadline with all these trades that are going on. And then the state of the Nets right now. Everybody knows, everybody has them to win the East and win the whole thing, but players are taking off. Kyrie's going away sometimes. How are we supposed to expect, or what are we supposed to take this? How are we supposed to take this in as fans is what I'm trying to get at, viewing all of this. Then we have some NFL talk. We'll talk about County Sports' favorite wide receiver of the past 10 years. Julian Edelman has finally called it quits, hung it up. I'm not buying it.
The Hall of Very Good.
Yeah, Tampa Bay looks intriguing. We'll discuss all these different scenarios. Is he a Hall of Famer? Is he not? We'll discuss Clowney being signed. We also put our mock 2.0 drafts out.
The fun one.
The fun ones, yes.
I could have got, and I could have got crazy with mine, but
we definitely could have got crazy.
I simmered down because people was talking crazy, so I simmered down.
I feel like you're the villain and I'm the loved one, so I just let him. I
like the villain. I am. My favorite. You know why Batman's my favorite superhero? Because of the villain, because of the Joker, because of Bane. I'm like, his villains were the best villains, so I like the villain. I don't mind.
And then our last segment we usually do, where he go to college. We're kind of switching it up a little bit. It's coming back.
Sorry, Nick.
I promise we'll have it back for you, Nick. I promise. But we're going to do another segment now since Aaron Donald wanted to get a lawsuit against him, an assault charge. We've decided to pick our top 10.
We were only going to do 5, but then he opened up the floodgates, so we're doing 10.
Yeah, we're doing our top 10 players that we would have in a brawl. Like if we were to get in a brawl, they would have our backs. And there's no MMA or boxing in it.
No MMA, no boxing, no WWF, no Bellator, none of that stuff.
Yeah, if you wanted to put like a NASCAR guy in there, by all means, throw him.
If you want to put a NASCAR guy, that's your prerogative. If you want to put somebody with a tennis racket, that's your prerogative. But no combat sports.
So that's our show for the rundown. Let's dive in. NBA talk. So teams made those moves, trade to get some players, some questionable ones. Nets were pretty quiet. They just waited for buyouts. The Lakers, same thing. But teams that are small market, like I said, who are kind of bothered by this, went and made some moves. Who do you see so far as winning this buyout market? Because I got one guy in mind that I think panned out well and shouldn't have been traded, and he went crazy the other night. So, I'm following my daddy's footsteps, Gary Trent Jr.
Gary, with the game winner.
There was no reason for you to get rid of Gary.
So
you got Norman Powell.
So I was watching the Boston Celtics and Portland game last night.
I was too.
Great game. Somebody ranked LaMelo Ball over Jason Tatum, by the way, in the top 25 under 25. I want you to remember that. Somebody ranked LaMelo Ball over Jason Tatum, but that's besides the point. So I was watching that game, and Norman Powell hit a crazy shot, that beautiful, like that 30-footer to almost, to cut it within one, right? But that trade made absolutely no sense to me. Gary Trent and Norman Powell give you the same exact thing. So
you got youth with Gary Trent.
Precisely. So that one didn't make sense to me. So you put that as are you putting that as a winner?
I'm putting as Gary Trent is the winner, not necessarily the Raptors.
So Gary's the winner.
Gary's the winner in this situation. I mean,
Okay.
Norman's also a winner as well because he's going to a better team. He's going to try and compete for a second ring. So there's nothing bad with that. Anytime you can get under the tutelage of the Blazers head coach, was it Stotts, right?
Yeah, Terry Stotts.
And have Damian Lillard pick your brain a little bit. That's
Dame Dollar,
what's
MVP.
wrong with that? I just feel like you didn't have to move Trent Williams, or I mean, Gary Trent Jr.
That is the move didn't really like specific like the parts. That one was like that trade was a wash. If it had to do with dollars and cents, then I guess I get it because there's no loser or winner in that trade in my opinion. That's like a win-win for both teams. All right, I got him. It's the same thing. We got the same talent. So as far if we're looking at individual players that were winning, I could see where you're coming from with Gary. If I had to pick like an individual player that's winning this trade deadline or buyout market, I mean, that's a little tough.
We can look at his teams as well because, like,
I know I want to see it from both lenses actually. Now that you mentioned that,
if I had to say it, then I would say the Celtics would be my next one because they went and got some shooters, and I went on Townie Sports and they were telling me, oh, we need shooters. So they're not the greatest of shooters, but Fournier is kind of under the radar.
Fournier is too wishy-washy. I like Fournier. I like that. He's Algerian. He's from Africa, so I like Fournier.
Who else did they get? They traded Tice away to get somebody as well. I forgot who it was.
They did get rid of Tice. Where they sent him to? Cleveland or something?
No, I think it was to Chicago.
It is to Chicago. It was to Chicago. So I actually don't know. So to me, Boston's
my argument is that they traded to get shooters, and the shooters aren't producing the way that they need, and they're slipping down and down and down and down the rankings in the East.
Well, no, Boston's shooting up right now.
Are they?
They were slipping, but they kind of, I don't know, the last couple of games they've been playing a lot better. Tatum is healthy. He dropped 50. Maybe he dropped 53 the other night. So no, Boston is going back in the right direction at the perfect time because honestly, I was like, I don't know what the hell's wrong with Boston. I mean, obviously, we're looking at winners. The easy one, I think Brooklyn. Blake Griffin looks better than he looked in Detroit.
But they didn't trade for that. They just signed him.
That's why I said trade / buyout market.
Okay.
So if we're looking trade / buyout, I mean, Brooklyn obviously, but they haven't addressed their number one need, which is defense. So I don't know. Philly, we got George Hill. He hasn't played yet. Now the Lakers with Andre Drummond. That Saturday night game, I know players got ejected and, Harden didn't play. But if you look at the 3 games that Andre Drummond has played against the Brooklyn Nets this year, he's dominated the Brooklyn Nets all year long. And they have in Cleveland and in one game in LA, they have 0 answers for Andre Drummond. So from a perspective of if you're looking at the big picture, because the big picture is the NBA Finals. Now in the Western Conference, it's competitive. Phoenix is amazing. Utah is amazing. The Clippers are amazing. Denver was amazing. Jamal Murray's knee. Pray for his knee because I hate to see NBA players like tear ACLs and stuff. It's just and get hurt. But yeah, he tore his ACL, so Denver's not as scary. They'll probably go get Austin Rivers or something like that. But the Lakers, I mean, if we want to keep it real, they've been playing with their backups for a month now. The fact that they held on to the 5th seed is remarkable. Remarkable, okay? And look, Anthony Davis, AD is on the way. Anthony Davis is on his way back. Drummond is getting his feet wet. LeBron's about to be back. Kuzma's already back. Like, the Lakers are scary. And if it comes down to Brooklyn,
they got Ben McLemore too.
And they got Ben McLemore. That's a sneaky pickup. That's a very sneaky good pickup. Another sport that had a good sneaky good pickup, Bucs fans. Giovanni Bernard for Tom Brady is amazing. But anyway,
we're not there yet.
We're not there. That was a very good pickup to me. But going back to the NBA, that Ben McLemore, sneaky pickup. Last year, they picked up Deion Waiters and J.R. Smith because out of necessity. And they didn't really need him, but it was nice to have him on the bench. Ben McLemore, they didn't really need him, but that's somebody who can shoot 40% from three, play a little bit of defense. Like he's a good rotational piece. So
Was a
now,
lottery pick, but just didn't pan out.
number
But
10, Sacramento Kings. What college did you go to? Since we can't do that segment,
Kansas.
it was it was Kansas. Good job, good job. Now, so I like to pick the Macklemore and the Drummond pickup because to me, if it happens to be Brooklyn and LA, you gotta look at it from all right matchups. Kyrie versus Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder was doing well with Kyrie on Saturday, to the point that it was his German ass dude got in Kyrie's head, and Kyrie lost it and got ejected. Okay, LeBron and KD they cancel out. Anthony Davis and who's guarding Anthony Davis? Nobody. James Harden. Who's guarding James Harden? Nobody. So to me, it comes down to the bigs: DeAndre Jordan, Blake Griffin, and old LaMarcus Aldridge, or Andre Drummond, Montrezl Harrell, Marc Gasol, Markieff Morris, depending on the series. Honestly, the Lakers should be feeling really good about themselves right now. The fact that they're the fifth seed still, with all the chaos that's happened to that team, Genie Bus and Pelinka, I gotta give it to them as the winners right now.
Yeah, I think not panicking is like their best thing. Like they knew they were gonna slide.
Yes.
They knew that were gonna happen.
Yes.
I think we put it at like don't get past this point here.
Yes.
So we can try and retain some players to come back healthy. We don't rush them into stuff. So I don't think they're worried. And like you said, that Ben McLemore pickup is a very sneaky good pickup.
You know what's ironic? You know how I knew they're not concerned? When they beat Brooklyn on Saturday, it was right after that when they said, yeah, AD, we'll probably bring it back in 2 weeks. LeBron probably 3 weeks. I feel like they used that game as a barometer to see if it's time to hit the emergency button or, nah, we good. They beat Brooklyn. They were like, we good. The Knicks did well. The Knicks did well against them, but I feel like the emotions were still so high for Brooklyn. Like LA wasn't even ready for that New York show. But
yeah, the Knicks don't bring them up, man. Like they're doing well.
Don't bring them up. Every Knicks fan is happy on the playoffs.
Yeah, man. But I'm a realist when it comes to sports, man. Get there, and I'll be happy with that. Then lose first round, I'll still be happy at that.
Will you be happy if the Yankees finish in last place in the AL East?
Absolutely not. There's no reason for that. There's no reason for that. But don't let this fool you. I'm gonna have every hat except a Boston hat.
No, really quick. Remember when we were talking about Tyon last week?
Mm-hmm.
He's trash.
Yeah,
I'm about to drop his ass in fantasy. I'm pissed off with him.
We can talk baseball another time, but the Yankee rotation is just very shaky right now.
All right.
And I've been saying that all year. But yeah, basketball wise, Ben McLemore is a good pickup for them. He's very underappreciated everywhere he's been. They wanted him to be this fucking star of a player in Sacramento, but Sacramento can't seem to find a fucking star out of anybody they draft or keep.
Bruh.
They can't even keep their players happy. They ran DeMarcus Cousins out. They're about
Sacramento. Somebody needs to buy Sacramento and move them to Seattle and try to rebrand and just make the Supersonics a thing again, because Sacramento is ever since Chris Webber left. Tell me, what's the last time Sacramento was decent at basketball?
They always have a good player and can never retain him because they can't bring him any talent. And they always draft really bad players and out of hype, and they just never.
They don't draft bad players. De'Aaron Fox is a monster. Halliburton is a monster. DeMarcus Cousins was a monster.
Yes,
they just don't know how to build around them talent.
Look at Jimmer Fredette. Jimmer Fredette, yeah, he was really, really good.
Jimmer Fredette, that was a mistake. That was hype.
He's a shooter. He's a
that
shooter.
Was hype.
They grabbed him too early, so whatever. But the Lakers are sitting pretty. They'll might jump up to 4, which will be okay. They're definitely not going to 1. It's not going to happen.
But they don't need 1. LeBron, LeBron James, 1 seed, 8 seed, whatever. I mean, pumpkin seed, like Shannon Sharp say, mustard seed. It don't matter. Lakers in 5.
Exactly. So
this year, Lakers in 6, though.
To flip it on that, let's go back to the East. We've been discussing, the Nets. the state of the Nets right now is kind of like, if you're a Nets fan, it's kind of like, what the fuck is going on with our team? You know, everyone, I understand injuries you can't fake it, but every one of your star players is not playing tonight. So we know James Harden.
You know why?
Coasting.
Scary. No, Kyrie playing, but they
He's back?
scary.
It is
They,
pretty
hey,
scary.
and Ben Simmons, they scared, bro.
That's
They
just scary.
scared of us.
That's
They
just
don't want to
scary.
see us.
They
don't want to see us.
Also, I do like Ben Simmons' response to when someone asked if he should win Defensive Player of the Year and about Rudy Gobert.
42 on his head.
Said, but I'm not a shooter.
He dropped 42 on the Stifle Tower. Get out of here, bro. I don't want. Listen,
but let's we can talk about your Sixers. They're looking pretty too. But let's jump into these Nets.
Yeah.
You got James Harden out with his injury. KD, I don't know what's up. Is he hurt? Is he not? Like, he came back one game.
It's a back-to-back, so whatever.
Blake Griffin, you don't play enough to be hurt. LaMarcus Aldridge.
Wait. Say that again.
You don't play enough to be hurt.
One more time.
You don't play enough to be hurt.
How the hell is Blake Griffin have an off night? Like, what? Blake Griffin, he plays, how many minutes does he average a night? 20? Maybe?
Max 20.
Come on. This dude is out, bro.
LaMarcus Aldridge, you just got there and you've been balling, so now you want to take some time off?
He got a shape. That one makes sense. He got a shape.
my biggest tiff in all this, I know Kyrie's playing tonight, but Kyrie is literally taking PTO days like he's got a 9
Kyrie take PTO days.
Kyrie take days off like it's nobody's business.
He's maxed out his PTO days.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was Stephen A. said it. You played 20 games last year in this regular season. You didn't want to play in the bubble because you wanted to focus on other things. We say it all the time. Kyrie means well. He just doesn't know how to express it or show it. And
that's my thing with him, yeah.
My beef with him is, like, if I'm a fan and I'm investing in watching NBA games and I'm buying tickets and I'm buying NBA season pass because I want to watch the Nets because I live in California or something like that, and Kyrie Irving isn't playing because he went to his sister's birthday party, like, I don't know.
All right, check me out. So my friend Dan Walker, he texted me on what's today? Monday. He texted me on Sunday night. I responded to him Monday because I'm bad with responding to text messages. And he was like, "Yo, you trying to go to this Brooklyn? Because they're coming to Tampa for the Toronto game because Toronto's in Tampa now." And he was like, "Yo, you trying to go sit courtside? Because the tickets is kind of cheap, $350 for a courtside ticket to see KD, James Harden, and Kyrie." He said, "You want to see the Nets play courtside? The tickets are pretty cheap, $350." I was like, in my head, I was like, hell no, because I'm gonna show up to that game to go watch Joe Harris. What's that dude's name with the headband? He looked like Eddie House. I'm not trying to sit here and watch their backups play. I don't care. It's like, to me, it's bigger than just the Brooklyn Nets. It's bigger. Now we open up a can on this one. So the NBA, you're playing, it's a professional, it's their job, right? Your job, typically 82 games in the regular season, if you're healthy, and the playoffs. That's your job, which consists from normally Halloween-ish till April. And if you're good enough, Halloween-ish till June. You get July, August, and September off. 3 months, 90 days to just relax, get your body right, go on vacation, hang out with your kids, blase, blase, blase. Correct? Listen, as a person that works, I understand PTO, okay? I understand sick days. So us regular folk, a sick day for us is them hurt, okay? If you tear your ACL or you break your knee or you're hurt, your ankle, okay, I understand. The doctor gives a prognosis, 7 to 10 days, and we'll leave it at that, right? But if to me, you should, I don't mind you having a personal day or two, but like, if you have a personal day, if you have a personal day every other week or every week, like, bro, if I'm your boss, I'm paying you $40 million a year. How many days off do you need, bro? Like, listen, part of this agreement that we have, I pay you 40 million. You play basketball. Our fans pay $800 to come see you. They buy concession stands because we got fans back in the stadium. They're buying concessions. They're buying your jerseys, the TV deal, all that stuff. Ain't nobody trying to pay $800 to go watch Joe Harris. Exactly. So, like, to me, like, and I know Adam Silver has been trying to deal with this for a while, as far as like random rest days and what do they call it? Load management, all that stuff. It's got, like, I understand a little bit of load management. This isn't load management. This is, I need a day off today. I'll let you know the day of, I need a day off today. If it's a serious matter, communicate. If I'm going through something with in my life and I have to take a day off, hey boss, listen, I'm not gonna be in work today. Da happen. Okay, cool. They text me back. Boom, you good. All we ask for as fans, listen, just be transparent. Like, it's not like you owe us that, but you owe your boss that, because they're paying you $40 million a year. And we are paying to watch you play. Like, I don't want to pay for my cable bill, but I pay for my cable bill to watch sports. And I don't want to turn on sports to watch Joe Harris versus Joe Harris. Like, I don't care about Joe Harris.
A stacked team that came to work that day.
I want to watch Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, Anthony Davis. Like, yo, just let me know as a fan. So I'm not, like, think about it. Let's hypothetically have a son, and it's gonna be his first ever NBA game ever. I'm taking my son to his first game ever, and I hype this thing up like, yo, you got to see this cat play in person. Blase. And I find out in the morning. No, with this example, the Brooklyn Nets. This morning on SportsCenter, Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp, Colin Cowherd, this Cowherd, that Cowherd, we're hyping up this Brooklyn Nets versus Philadelphia 76ers game. This morning, a.m., right? By 3 p.m., 4 p.m., oh, Katie not playing. Oh, Blake Griffin. What did you say about Blake Griffin? Say it again.
You don't play enough to be hurt.
You don't play enough to be taking days off. No Blake, no LaMarcus Aldridge, no Kevin Durant, no, we understand James Harden. I understand that. But, like, bro, come on. Like, Ben Simmons, my boy, was talking mess about y'all on Twitter, and now y'all gonna run it high. All right. If this got to be a rivalry, bro, I pray that we see them in the playoffs, because I want to beat the hell out of these dudes now, because it's bigger to me than just on the court right now. Now it's like, bro, they disrespecting. The reason why they're getting paid $40 million is because us as consumers buy into all this crap. So don't be if you have a legitimate reason not to play in the game, I get it. But listen, if you got to play a quarter, play a damn quarter at least. Let me get what I pay for. Like, damn. But
yeah, maybe it's just I have personal, like, I can't stand Kyrie. I just think, like we say all the time, he means well, and he just doesn't know. I just really wish some activist or some person who knows how to use their time and delegate it would just grab him and just say, this is how you do it. Stop being a little bitch about it and finding all these excuses.
You know who tried? LeBron.
Yeah, well, we know how that went.
LeBron was the perfect human being for Kyrie to be around, to do all the activism that he needs to do. LeBron could open up a school. He'll put money into this. He'll lead this movement more than a vote, more than a damn vote. While he was in the NBA playoffs, comes up with more than a vote. Like, come. This man was on his way to his fourth championship and came up And him and his team came up with more than a vote. He was able to get other players on board. Now look at Georgia. You know what I mean? Like Georgia, because of more than a vote, completely just like, you know what I mean? So like I don't want to hate. I don't hate Kyrie. I know you feel different about Kyrie and Kevin Durant than I do. You know,
I respect their game. I just can't stand them as players. That's it.
And I understand. I like KD and I want to like Kyrie. I really do. But every time I like he's like he gives me a little bit and then he takes so much away from me. I'm like, bro,
can't have that, man.
I'm like, bro, I need you to can you just have a little direction? Like I know he's trying to be intellectual and he's trying to be like this philosopher, Socrates, Kyrie, Socrates,
did you know
Gandhi or something. I'm like, bro, huh?
Did you know he's Muslim?
When?
I had no idea.
Maybe that's the personal time he needs off. I don't know. He balling. He balling right now as we speak. But
it's day 2 of Ramadan right now, and I'm fasting. I just finally took my drink after the sun went down. You know, after it's time to break fast. But I'm here to show up.
Yeah.
Olajuwon throughout the playoffs played while fasting.
Say it again. Say that one more time.
While in the playoffs, Hakeem Olajuwon played while fasting. Turkish players broke fast.
Enes Kanter. Talk about Enes Kanter in the playoffs.
But I mean, my thing with Kyrie, my vendetta with Kyrie is that, one, I'm a Knicks fan. Why couldn't you take off when we played you guys? That's one thing I got against you there. 2, which you were.
He killed y'all. He killed y'all. But repeat number two.
I wanted you and KD and Zion there, but you know I didn't buy into it because all idiot Knicks fans were like, "Oh my God, they're coming!" No, they're not. And then they sign with the team right across the bridge. So whoop-de-doo there. But those are just personal reasons as a Knicks fan. But ideally, it's just he's not there for his consumer, and his consumer is the person that is paying ideally his contract. You and I are paying Kyrie's contract by all of the time, money that we spend on Kyrie things. I mean, we as
shoes, bro. Like, damn,
all this stuff. People want to, like you said, I don't want to go see Joe Harris score 34 points. Whoop-de-doo. You went to Virginia. You're like the 8th best player on this team. It's whatever. DeAndre Jordan, if no one's throwing him alley-oops and nothing's entertaining, what I want to see DeAndre Jordan.
He has no purpose.
Exactly. There's nothing there.
You know who's a polar opposite?
Blake Griffin, you're going to have a great career in comedy. Why don't you start by finishing up your career in basketball so I can at least see you yam on motherfuckers in the NBA?
Yep. You know who's a polar opposite to Kyrie?
Who?
Stephen A. This is my little thing. I had a big problem with Stephen A. when he got on my boy, Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook plays 82 games, this year 72, like it's the NBA Finals every day of his life. Like, he don't take no days off. My man is averaging a triple-double again. You want to talk about somebody that gives the consumer what they want? Like, and he
can't win.
He still will go open up a school.
Yeah.
He will still give back to his community. He still got time to go to the Met Gala. He still got time to do his fashion thing. He still got time to raise his children. But game time, my dog shows up every single night. Every night.
That's a good way to point it out.
And that's all I ask as a fan of. Listen, I love basketball before I love Beyonce, Alicia Keys. Before I knew how to walk, I love basketball is my life. It's my passion. So, like, again, no offense to Joe Harris, bro, but I'm not trying to turn on the TV to see Joe Harris play against shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to see basketball being played. So that's all.
I don't blame you, man. It's goofy to me, but as Nets fans, hope y'all get to the promised land and get what you want out of this. Otherwise, as a diehard Knicks fan, I talk my shit every year about them. I can't stand them. I still can't stand them, but I'll be the first one to start sending you funny shit if you lose.
Hey, the Sixers and Brooklyn already have like a little rivalry from a couple years ago when Jared Dudley was talking stuff about Ben Simmons, They had, oh, we was fighting with them. I was like, oh, let's go. This is 2 years ago. I'm happy. They got better. Now they can finally keep up with us. But 6s and 7. I said it now. I'm pissed off. 6s and 7.
I like that number. And I got one more thing before we jump to the next segment. I feel like James Harden is like, yo, don't associate. I'm really hurt. I'm really hurt. These guys,
listen, you want to talk about somebody who like, James Harden.
It's like you're at school with these guys and they got caught doing something bad. And James Harden happens to be part of the friend.
That's happened to me a few times. I have the fourth grade. We're just going straight up for a little bit, and then we'll get to our next segment. In the fourth grade, I was my second half of the year. See, I hope my mama not listening. Anyway, I was living in Brooklyn at the time. We used to go to the corner store during school hours all the time. That was like normal. You know, it is what it is. She knew I got suspended actually, so she knows. She actually does know the story. Anyway, I was just hanging out with these dudes. We left campus to go buy some Wise cheese doodles and some Snapple, right? But it was in the middle of the school day. And then we come back on campus, and the dean, he was a black dude, light-skinned dude with a little ponytail. And he was like, come to my office. I was like, damn, why do I hang out with these damn people? Why do I hang out with these people? I got caught. James Harden, he's different. James Harden plays basketball. James Harden likes basketball. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
I gotta give that too. Let's switch to NFL talk. Real quick, Brown signed Clowney. That's pretty intriguing piece of the defense now.
They've been talking about that it was going to happen for like about a couple of weeks now.
My biggest rip on Clowney though is like, what's the beef with him? Like, why don't people want to throw money at him? Like,
because you know why? Because
I guess I'm
a Michigan Wolverine fan. Okay, I remember where I was sitting when he busted through that line and tackled our running back behind the line of scrimmage, like he just destroyed him, right?
I watched that game. I was there.
So the expectation for Javion Clowney was supposed to be like Lawrence Taylor, Reggie White, you know, like he was supposed to be that dude. And he's not even come close to being that dude. And because of that, teams are just turned off. Like, man, you gonna be hurt, or you're not gonna show up until like the end of the season anyway. So why are we gonna pay you all that, man? Why am I gonna pay you $18 million for you to only be good for like 5-6 games? He's never had a double-digit sack season. Jadeveon Clowney, his highest was 9.5. Like, I get it, right? Like, he has not done any. You know what he did? He hurt my quarterback at the time, Carson Wentz, gave him a concussion on a late hit. When the last time we was in the playoffs, and we had to go with what's his name, Josh McCown, who hadn't played a football game in years, to be our quarterback against the Seahawks. So I have no love lost for Clowney. He's not a bad dude, but damn, Clowney's been screwing with my life for a long time now. So.
This was first go around Josh McCown, not Josh McCown that was in Texas and they would fly him to the game if they needed him. Josh McCown, right?
No, this is 40-year-old Josh McCown, who's probably like a quarterback coach now. So yeah,
you remember that? Like they signed Josh McCown to play the backup, but he was in Texas, so like he wasn't practicing with the team.
Right,
shit, man.
It makes zero sense. But yeah, I like Clowney's a talent, but he's not. He's a talent, but he's not the player.
Yeah, man, fuck him. Fuck Josh McCown.
Nah, bro.
What's up, my boss? I'm hire me, but I'm gonna work from home every day. Get the fuck out of here, Josh. Oh, we'll fly you out. Fuck out of here. Yeah, but I just think like I think it's greedy for people just to depend on the sack when the football is probably the biggest team game. I know you do want sacks out of players.
Who did he play with in Houston? Who did he play with in Houston?
Who did he play with?
Who was on his D line in Houston?
JJ Watt.
Okay, the dude that's getting double and triple team
should be opening up for him.
So Clowney should be. They had JJ Watt, they had Merciless, and they had him.
They moved to like a linebacker role instead of a DN role.
Bro, his job is never to cover the running back. It's never been to go play coverage. Clowney has one job: go after the quarterback. Shaquille Barrett, when he came to Tampa, they said, "Yo, you got one job: go after the quarterback." 18.5 sacks. He getting paid money. Like they giving Shaq Barrett the bag because he does his job. if I have J.J. Watt getting double and triple team, boy, you better get your ass to the damn quarterback, bro. You got the easiest job in the world. Whoever's playing with Aaron Donald, everybody around him should be eating. That's how it works. That's why Vita Vea and Ndamukong Suh in the middle, Shaq Barrett, JPP, they take advantage of that because they get in double and triple team. That's how it should be. Fletcher Cox, as an Eagles fan, in the middle, he getting double team. Brandon Graham, he gonna eat. Barnett, he gonna eat. The grave digger, he gonna eat. That's how it works.
Can we agree that just Houston sucks at coaching players too at the same time?
Houston is a horrible organization. I was watching I Am Athlete with Chad Johnson. Shout out to my boy Chad Johnson, Fred Taylor, Channing Crowder, Brandon Marshall. I love that show. And I was watching it. And Andre Johnson was on the show. The one that Brandon Marshall had all the veins in his neck. Because he was yelling about guaranteed contracts. Andre Johnson kept it real. He was like, bro, that organization is trash. Andre Johnson, the greatest Texan of all time, him and J.J. Watt, if you want to debate, J.J. Watt gave a speech. Bro, I ain't trying to be here, bro. Get me the hell out of here, dog.
Yeah, all I'm saying about Jadeveon Clowney is you got 1 year in Cleveland. When that's up, come on over to Gang Green, man. We could use you. I'll be happy with that.
You know what?
3 years for us.
You know what though? To keep it 100. Cleveland look good. Cleveland. Listen, I don't know what's up with the relationship between OBJ and Baker Mayfield and
Cleveland though. It's
because they clearly play better without him. I mean, it's not even like a debate. They're a way better team without him, which is crazy to say. But if they can figure out that relationship, because you got Juice, you got Juice Landry, you got OBJ, you got two great running backs in Chubb and what's his name?
That's 2 tight ends.
What's the other Kareem Hunt? You got the Njoku, and you got
USF's own DeForest Johnson.
Anyway, we're just talking about really good players. They got a lot of talent in Cleveland. Like their defense is good, offense is good, quarterback is good. The O-line, D-line, Myles Garrett, like that's a scary team. And if we can get away, you know how the Clippers have like a stigma. Oh, it's the Clippers. They're garbage. Like they're always gonna be garbage. Cleveland, to me, I didn't grow up watching Jim Brown, so all I know is Cleveland is being this trash ass team that went 0-16. But that's a problem. That team could be a problem.
We said the same thing last year, so we'll see what happens this year.
But hey, you saw, they made it. They finally won a playoff game.
It did, and it pains me to say this, and I don't mean this in any way. I'm just saying, like, maybe it's like a sacrificial lamb type of way. Jim Brown is coming down in age. If Jim Brown were to pass away, maybe that might be some shit that makes him do better after that. I don't know. I don't want to. He spoke last night on Baseball Tonight, and dude is so fucking old, man. But his knowledge of
who's old
stuff is crazy.
You think he old? Have you seen what's his name? Bill Russell? My man still walking around. He got like a young little girlfriend. I'm like, Bill Russell's a Mac.
Bill Russell on social media, and Bill Russell on social media. Bill Russell be at it, but
no. That's not Bill Russell. That's Bill Russell's publicist, bro. That's his social media. He paid his social media guy like $500K a year. He got the best job in the world.
Like Bill Russell got some trigger fingers sometimes.
Hey, but Bill Russell be
like that to Charles Barkley.
You flicking on Charles Barkley. I'm like, damn, you real.
Oh man. Well, speaking of Hall of Famer sports people there, let's jump into Hall of Famer or hell no on this situation. Julian Edelman, everyone's favorite wide receiver Patriot.
Hell no.
Now the big discussion is up and about.
It ain't no damn discussion.
I agree.
I'm getting sick and tired. Getting sick and tired of softening the rules to become a Hall of Famer. Just because you like a player or because he had an amazing catch, and that's the case, David Tyree should be a damn Hall of Famer because of his catch in the Super Bowl. Mario Manningham should be to be a Hall of Famer because his beautiful sideline catch against the Patriots. Julian Edelman for a career has 6,800 yards, 36 touchdowns, 0 Pro Bowls, 0 All Pros, 0 any accolades, 0 top fives, 0 anything in the regular season. But everyone wants to say, oh, but his playoff numbers, oh, he
Super Bowl rings.
Alex Rodriguez. Who is his quarterback for all of those?
The greatest quarterback of all time.
Say it again, because they didn't hear you, because our microphones are working today.
You get it once out of me per show.
The greatest damn quarterback I have ever seen, that the universe has ever seen, Tom Brady. We're gonna Deion Branch did the same exact thing. Wes Welker without the rings was way better than Julian Edelman. I can go on, bro. Like, bro, I get so like. Listen, when Julian Edelman was like, bro, everyone was double covering Gronk. Julian Edelman wasn't in the game plan. You might play a little bracket coverage on Edelman, but the focus was Gronk or Aaron Hernandez or like Tom Brady, or stopping the running game, or stopping him passing to the running backs. Julian Edelman he fed off of that, but it was the playoffs. I get it, but he played more playoff games than most people. Why? They make it seem as if the people who say he should be a Hall of Famer, they make it seem as if they won those Super Bowls because Julian Edelman was there. No, they won the Super Bowls because Tom Brady is the GOAT and Bill Belichick is the greatest coach ever. Sorry, Jets fans, Bills fans, Dolphins fans. Unlike y'all, us in the NFC East, the Eagles, the Giants, we know how to deal with those kind of players. But I digress. This notion that 6,000 yards and 36 touchdowns should be in the Hall of Fame over Torrey Holt, over Steve Smith, over Hines Ward, over Chad Johnson, over
Anquan Bolden.
Y'all need to chill. Santonio Holmes had the greatest catch ever, I've ever seen. Like toe tap, pop, pop, Super Bowl MVP. He won that one, right? Or was it Ben? He won that Super Bowl MVP, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
He has a Super Bowl ring too, right? He has better regular season stats than Edelman. So what do we like? What's the criteria here?
So my tip on all this, could you write a book about the man? Absolutely you could. Could you make a movie on him? Absolutely you could. His life is pretty entertaining. I was a quarterback at Kansas State. I went undrafted. Bill Belichick called and said, "You've got talent. I think you could play for the New England Patriots," in his most monotone voice ever. And we had a depleting Wes Welker. And I remember Julian Edelman. I remember seeing that name. I remember him on special teams. I remember hearing his name. And when they cut Wes Welker or sent him packing, whatever they did, in steps this. There's one thing in this world I am racist at, and I will come, and I'm going to say it on this show, okay? And it's running backs and wide receivers, okay?
You never seen Christian McCaffrey play, boy?
How many great white running backs do you know? Okay,
Christian McCaffrey.
Okay, that's it. How many?
Peyton Hillis.
How many? Stop. How many great white wide receivers are there? There's very few that can beat you on the outside.
McCaffrey's dad, and McCaffrey.
But in the slot, they are going to shine, and that's what
in the slot did. In New England, they're going to shine.
Regardless, in the slot, if you want respect now, you're going to be on the slot automatically until you can prove you can be on the slot.
It's true. What's that boy that played for Buffalo? What's his name? Cole Beasley. He nice.
Cole Beasley, the Bucs, Adam Humphries.
They nice with it because them boys is quick feet in the slot and toughness. Because you got to deal with people about to hit you.
When they get hit the hardest,
you gonna get hit.
Linebacker.
You gonna get hit. So they're tough.
That's why Wes Welker doesn't know if his name is Wes or West. He doesn't have no idea anymore. He got so many concussions.
Listen, Wes Welker is a way better player to me than Julian Edelman.
But back to my argument, like Julian Edelman has a storybook, a story for himself on his career, and he got to play with the greatest quarterback ever to play the game, who made him better, and he did a lot of stuff good for the community too. That Myers Leonard incident, that was really nice of him to reach out to Myers Leonard to embrace the Jewish culture and all of that.
I mean, yeah, he reached out to Deshaun Jackson. He reached out to, yeah, that's dope. Yeah,
he does a lot of good things. So I've got no beef with the guy except that I had
it's not personal,
but root against him as a Patriot. And I'm a Jets fan. But at the end of the day, no, he doesn't deserve to be a Hall of Famer. Does he deserve to be a respected player in sports? Absolutely, he does. He helped.
Yeah, put him in a Ring of Honor.
Yeah, absolutely. He deserves the Ring of Honor.
Cool, that's fine with me.
Hall of Famer talk. Let's pause because KK just named 8 guys, and I said Anquan Boldin like 12 times, who should be definitely thought of before Wes Welker even gets a call.
Mind you, some of these guys, I don't even like Chad Johnson is my favorite receiver of all time, like my favorite football player of all time. That's not an Eagle. And I would have put him in the Hall of Fame. So you think I'm going to put Julian Edelman in the Hall of Fame over a Chad Johnson? Yeah. Ocho Cinco? Child, please. Child, please.
Do you think his retirement is factor foolish? Because we saw Gronk do this and then come back. Do you think it was just to get out of the contract with the Patriots?
So here's the difference. Here's the difference.
It rhymed with the Schmampa Tay Buccaneers.
Here's the difference. Gronk was tired of New England and tired of being hurt all the time. And he was, how old is Gronk? 31, 30? Julian Edelman's body as a slot receiver, they always say, once it goes, it goes. He's been hit by linebackers. How tall is he? 5'10", 180 pounds? He getting hit by the Ray Lewises of the world?
Yeah,
boy.
Phone books, he's that tall.
Like Gronk is a physical specimen. Like think about it. What's that boy who played for the Cowboys and retired with the Raiders? Tight end. Come on. The greatest tight end in Cowboy history, huh?
Jason Witten.
He went to the booth in ESPN and came back because he's a tight end. His body's built like that. Julian Edelman played lacrosse, okay? Julian Edelman is small. He's not a big dude. He started off as a small quarterback. He was too small to play quarterback, tried to play corner, got burnt all the time, too small for that. So he's like, I'll be a slot receiver with Tom Brady. Tom Brady gone. He's taking steroids just trying to keep up with everybody, got caught. You think he coming back? Nah, Julian Edelman is going to the booth. And he gonna be working for like CBS Sports or something. Whatever he wants, like that's his future. He's not coming. Like this whole Tampa Bay talk, I get it, but they don't need him at all. Like he doesn't need any more rings than he already has. He doesn't need to solidify. Here's what he's gonna do: collect a couple more rings. Like, look, bro, I got 4 or 5 rings. Yeah, you ain't gonna put me in Hall of Fame now? Is that what he's gonna do? Nah.
I don't care, man. Like it's just I'm just saying it's something that would not surprise me.
You know Nick Wright from FS1?
Yeah.
You know who he compared Julian Edelman to? And I was like, that's a very good comparison.
Who?
Derek Fisher of the Lakers. Are you gonna put Derek Fisher in the Hall of Fame?
No, but he's a key part of that
exactly.
Offense.
Key part of the team, but you're not gonna put him in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, absolutely not.
Derek Fisher has 5 rings. Julian Edelman has 3 rings. Derek Fisher made a clutch shots and
ran off the court.
Against San Antonio. It was beautiful. But when you say Hall of Fame, Derek Fisher, you don't think that. You're like, oh, but because people were saying, well, you can't write the story of the Patriots without mentioning Julian Edelman. You can't write the Lakers story without saying Derek Fisher a couple times. It's no disrespect to say you're not a Hall of Famer. But if I was a Laker fan, would I put Derek Fisher in my Ring of Honor?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. If I'm a Patriots fan, would I put Derek Edelman in my Ring of Honor? Of course. But he's not a Hall of. Come on, like we gotta stop. We gotta stop coddling people, thinking everyone's a Hall of Famer because you like the player.
Just for Nick Wilkes, since we're not doing his segment, Derek Fisher went to Little Rock. So
I did know that because I remember when I played NBA courtside with the Kobe on the cover. Mind you, yesterday was Kobe Day, Mamba Day. Where were you when Kobe dropped that 60 on Utah?
Wasn't Derek Fisher on that team?
Was he? No, he was retired.
I think he was on that team.
He was retired.
Derek Fisher at the time was there.
I don't know. But where were you when
I don't remember where I
You don't
was.
remember? That's an iconic moment.
It was iconic, but I can't remember where I was. I remember watching it though. I was probably like on my couch or something.
You know where I was? At that time, my favorite place in the world. I was at Peabody's, eating my 10 lemon pepper wings with ranch, a side of sweet chili sauce in case I want to dip it inside of it. And I remember I teared up. I was like, damn, Kobe really done, dog. Kobe really done. R.I.P. Kobe, R.I.P. DMX. That's all.
You're notorious for being off script all the time, but I like
I
the
like
story.
off the script.
We're gonna make great grandparents one day telling our kids stories or great grandkids stories.
Son, let me tell you about my day at Peabody's.
Let's go to our mock draft real quick. We'll jump into that, and then we'll do our little fun segment at the end.
Yeah.
We did our second mock draft. KK is always the villain. Y'all be hating on KK. You want to crucify him for what he says and does.
Like I'm Bane. I was born in the darkness.
Yeah, exactly. This is the third one will be the final one where you can say what you want to say. We'll put our third one out, and then the next one will be during our next podcast will be all on draft after that one. But we have kind of similar on a lot of stuff in the beginning couple rounds. You decided to make some trades happen in it, KK trades. So this is your fun list, as you like to call it.
But you saw my original list.
Yeah.
Because I was about to go crazier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
but I
simmer down.
You made like two trades you made, which were, I like them. I think they're ideally enticing.
Listen, I would have made more.
You're a wheeling dealer. Yeah.
If this was gonna be the fun, because you think about it, I want you to think about it, okay? Everyone gets so crazy about mock drafts, and I'm like, y'all need to stop taking this so seriously, because on draft night in the NFL, there's always like 4 trades that you never see coming. So and we always go on draft night, like when Clinton Farrell got drafted. No one expected him to get drafted when he got drafted. You know what I mean? So you gotta have one of these lists that are like, yo, the shit that could happen might just damn happen. It might just happen.
I agree. It's like the whole Mac Jones thing. The whole Mac Jones thing is ridiculous.
Y'all gotta explain that one to me.
So we know who QB1 is going in the draft, Trevor Lawrence. We pretty have a good idea, even though the Jets attended his second pro day today, that Zach Wilson is going to. Now you got 3 other guys maybe 4 that are in limbo. Who do you think of those guys is going to be the next to go? And I'm saying Fields, Lance, Mac Jones.
Who's going to be the next to go? Who should be the next to go?
Both. Fuck it. Who's going to go next?
If San Francisco has any common sense, I think they do. I don't know.
I think they do too.
Justin Fields listen. As a Michigan Wolverine, diehard football fan, no matter how much Harbaugh sucks, we can never beat Ohio State. I understand, okay? But because I'm a Michigan Wolverine fan, I watch my opponent. As an Eagles fan, I pay attention to the Cowboys, the Giants, and watch the football team heavily because I got to know what my opponents are doing. As a Wolverine fan, I only ever focus on Ohio State. Michigan State, cool. Wisconsin got some players. Northwestern, cool. Whatever. Ohio State is the team that I wake up in the morning praying every day that we beat, okay? No matter how much I know it's not going to happen, right? Ohio State got some dogs, okay? Always will. In the last 15 years, I've seen the Troy Smith Heisman. I've seen the Terrell Pryor. I've seen what was that quarterback that was kind of big? They had a lot of quarterbacks, okay, in the last 15 years. Justin Fields is by far the best quarterback they've had in a while. Because Ohio State doesn't normally put good quarterbacks. Dwayne Haskins, they don't really put the greatest quarterbacks in the NFL.
They don't.
This kid, Justin Fields, no, that boy nice. That boy is nice.
I respect him.
So, listen, if I was a Jets fan, Zach Wilson, child, no. Give me that boy Justin. If y'all gonna get a quarterback, obviously you don't got your butt buddy Sam Darnold no more. So you gotta go get a quarterback now. What you want? We'll send you back. What's his name? Flacco, if y'all want him back.
Yeah, enjoy that, buddy. Let him show off that ring while he's there.
But no, Fields is nice, bro. Like, come
I got
on.
no beef. I told you I really didn't want to draft a quarterback at this position, but I mean, it is what it is. I'm not sold on Zach Wilson. I'm more out of all these quarterbacks that are coming out. The only one that I'm sold on besides Trevor Lawrence is Justin Fields.
Thank you.
But my biggest tip to that is like, I don't want to ruin the kid's career coming to New York. I'd love to have him there. I'd love, but there's nothing for him to like do well with there. That's my only tip to that.
Y'all gonna draft Najee Harris? You good? Don't worry.
I hope so, but
all he had to do is hand the ball off to Najee.
Mac Jones, exactly, or fucking find Devontae Smith, or
they're not drafting Devontae.
I'm just saying, like that's all Mac Jones had to do when he was
at
Alabama. That's all they got to do. But I mean, Zach Wilson makes sense in a 49ers style Rob Saleh run team now. I get that pick now. So that's pretty much what it's going to be. But I think
Zach is nice too. Don't get me wrong. I like the way he throw the ball. I mean, he looked clean with it. It's just like since Steve Young. I mean, what BYU quarterback have you ever heard of?
The thing is like, who do you fucking play? And then stop telling like he's got Samoan in his blood. I don't care.
He does.
Yeah, he's got like Hawaiian in his blood.
Zach Wilson?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, no. Draft him. Draft. Hey, listen. I always say when I was growing up.
Samoan in his blood.
When I was growing up, obviously I'm not going to marry a Samoan now, but when I was growing up, I was like, listen. I told my mom, like, Mom, they got Samoans in Florida? Do I have to go to the West Coast? Because if I have a child with a Samoan woman, 1,000% chance he makes it to the NFL. It's like a given. If it's in their blood, they have 56% more muscle mass. Samoans have 56. I forgot the number. It's like 56% more muscle mass than everybody else. That's why Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, he looked like he ate the steroid or something. Like he ate the whole damn testosterone.
Yeah, it's in his lineage. A lot of history lesson. A lot of
that's dope.
Converted. A lot of the Samoan people. That's why you see a lot of them at Brigham Young and all of that.
That's dope.
But I mean, that's cool.
Yeah.
But like you said, if San Francisco knows what they're doing, I think Justin Fields is the guy you got to go.
Justin Fields is the dude for me.
They're definitely the team now. That's like we thought it was the Jets before. Now it's San Francisco because they've been linked to Trey Lance. They've been linked to Justin Fields.
I think Trey Lance is out the picture. I think it's Mac Jones or Justin Fields. That's it with San Francisco.
I think so.
I don't get the Mac Jones thing, but I guess you get fooled that, he's throwing to Devontae Smith. He's throwing to Najee Harris. Jalen Waddle with the effed up ankle. He throwing to like dogs. You know what I mean? Like, ain't like he throwing to no bums. So
yeah, he had a high-powered offense. So like it takes away from a lot of stuff. I like to see you with, your stats are really high and you make guys who weren't heard of somebody's and they end up going second, third round because of you. But if your whole offense is going first round, come on, man. Like really?
You know what I call that? I call that LeBron James. Sasha Pavlovich, let's go. Larry Hughes, let's go. Boobie Gibson, let's go. NBA Finals, let's go.
Give them boards.
Let's go.
I feel you there, man. I feel you there. But so you say Justin Fields will be the third quarterback taken?
He should be. I mean, I don't see. Again, I sent you a list for Mac Jones getting selected third, and my whole thing got crazy. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to even put that list out. I'm gonna put Justin Fields and call it a day because I don't understand the Mac Jones thing. So I'm Justin Fields, for sure.
I think people are just high on him because the way the whole organization speaks on him and players that played with him and said Tua or him, and they're like, Mac Jones. I'd rather play with Mac Jones.
But what is that? Is that are we saying more about Mac Jones or less about Tua? You gotta think of it that way. Because is Tua that great, or is Mac Jones just better than Tua?
Just think at Alabama, you have to play your role. I'm obviously wanted here, and I'm going to have to sit because they've got some great guy who's going to get drafted in 1 year or 2 years, and I've got to sit there. So you got to wait your role, and Mac Jones did the perfect job of doing that.
Name the quarterback in the NFL from Alabama. They're like, he was great. They don't exist.
Yeah, exactly. It's
He
not
don't
hot.
exist. So Tua, the jury's still out on Tua. I like Tua. I like him. He's a good dude. But like I don't,
We'll
hey,
see. I'm a fan of him. We'll see what happens.
if they give him Jamar Chase, he can't produce with that. That boy gotta
Yeah,
go. That boy
they
gotta
got
go.
there. Y'all quarterback from Alabama though.
Who? Oh,
It
no, he's
hurts.
from Oklahoma.
He said by way of Alabama
He from
though.
Oklahoma.
He
Because
said
when he was at Alabama, no, dead ass. When he was at Alabama, I actually have a video that I posted a couple years ago about him coming back. When Tua was doing bad and he came in and won the playoff game against Georgia. I was like, yo, this dude, I like him, right? But if you try to go to the NFL, we're talking about God, he's now I forgot his name. We're talking about our quarterback. What's my quarterback's name?
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. I was like, if he's trying to get drafted out of Alabama, he's a 6th round pick. But he went to Oklahoma, and that's when the skills was showcased. So that's a different story. He's not Roll Tide no more to me. He's Boomer Sooner. He Boomer Sooner for sure.
Oh man. All right. So this is the part of the segment we usually do where he go to college. We've been kind of skipping that routine.
Sorry, Nick.
We'll bring it back. But we're just trying to have some fun with stuff. Just recently, Aaron Donald got an assault charge on him for basically lighting some dude up. He said, "You can get these hands any day of the week." Do you know who I am, by the way? So we decided to compose a list. We said 5, then we changed it to 10 of the top 10 players, excluding boxers and MMA fighters or any type of like fighter.
And excluding the dude that practices with knives.
Yeah.
Aaron Donald is not normal, okay? The dude practices with knives.
We're assembling.
He has 1% body fat. He's a defensive tackle that's shorter than me. And he bullying people.
He's a fucking monster, man.
He's an MMA fighter.
But top 10 players you would want in your corner in a fight. So if we would be in a fight and we got dudes around us, these are the players we want around. And can't be MMA fighters, can't be boxers, can't be mixed martial artists, anything like that. So basically we're picking from hockey, baseball, basketball, football. If you want NASCAR, if you want tennis, if you want
bowling, you can go get your damn a PBA play. You do what you want.
That's how you win.
That's how you're going first. I want to hear your list because I know we were kind of like I was trying so hard not to tell you what I was going to say. So let me hear your list.
So this is I didn't put them 1 through 10. I'm just going to name me from each sport.
All right, that's fine.
All right, so I'm gonna go with hockey because hockey needs some respect because hockey is the only sport that really allows you to fight whenever you fucking want. And now, of course, there's more penalty time in the box and all that, but it's basically a Canadian's dream. They're like the nicest people in the world until you got to see them on ice. So I picked 2 hockey players. I know people who really love hockey be like, "Why'd you pick these dudes?" I'm just going off of what I've seen and stature. Okay. I didn't pick any goons. I didn't pick any guys that are they throw them out there just so they can get penalty time. But Mark Messier, when I was a kid and I used to watch New York Rangers hockey, that dude had some hands. And I don't think I ever watched him really lose a fight. So Mark Messier is one of those dudes. And then the other guy I picked is Zdeno Chara because I'm pretty sure he's a defenseman. He's also 6'9" playing hockey. So that dude is pretty big out there on the ice. So those are 2 guys I picked for hockey. Let's go NFL. NFL, I chose Andre Johnson because we saw that beatdown he gave Cortland Finnegan that one game. You need guys like that with hands. That's the way I see it.
Yo, he beat the hell out of that dude.
Beat the hell out of him.
I was like, yo, get that light skin, get his ass.
I picked Aqib Talib too because he took his chain afterwards too. So you need dudes like that are gonna beat your ass and then take that chain afterwards.
Talib was wild. I'll give you that one.
And then Joey Porter is a big problem, man. I've seen that dude in so many fights in the NFL. And that one he had with like the Browns O-line dude, and he just like trucked him. Yo, Joey Porter is a threat, man. NBA, you could take anybody on that Malice to the Palace team, but I'm sticking with Ron Artest and Rasheed Wallace because those boys love to throw some bows.
She from Philly, so you know he crazy.
Yeah, she Muslim and he from Philly.
He from Philly. He wild.
With him, man. And the dark horse I took, I'm sorry, I got to do this to you, Kobe, but Chris Childs got
Chris Childs with the two-piece.
With the
little two-piece. I was like, damn, Kobe, why gotta be you?
I did that because I'm a Knicks fan, man. That brought
I know. I knew that was coming.
MLB, you got to respect this guy just for the fact that he stood up for himself when homeboy came in as a missile to second base.
Bautista?
No, not Bautista. The guy who clocked Bautista, my brand new second baseman for the New York Yankees, Roughneck Odor, got some hands, clocked him. Nice. I will put A-Rod on that list because he got
A-Rod,
and he took down Jason Varitek.
A-Rod,
but showing love to you, yeah, A-Rod got hands. And my last one is for you. Bryce Harper got them mittens, boy. When Hunter Strickland hit him and he went running,
I know
it was like watching a lion run the savannah to take down its prey, man. That boy's hair was going everywhere.
Listen, I don't have anybody in baseball on my list, okay? Baseball is like a nice people sport to me. But when Pedro Martinez...
When you get hit by the ball, it's another...
No. But when Pedro Martinez grabbed my boy, the old man...
Nah, that's not. You can't...
Dude, his ass in the ground? I was yo, Pedro... You crazy, dog.
That was messed up. All right.
Hey, Pedro, you crazy. All right. That's my guy. Listen, I'm not a Boston Red Sox fan by any means at all. But for a while, because I was I'm sorry, bro. I'm a very anti-Yankee person, okay? So because of that, Manny Ramirez, David Ortiz, and Pedro Martinez became like my guys. On the flip side, Derek Jeter and Mariano Rivera, I love them. So it's like, you know,
I'm a Tampa fan today. Don't you see the hat?
I got you. You know, Tampa. you got to rep your city. All right. Now listen, check me out. My list is a little different. Okay, I got some deranged dudes on my list. Okay, Aaron Donald. Obviously, we made him like the Joker. He's the Joker in the deck. He's got the dude plays with knives, bro. He's ridiculous, bro. He's not normal. He's not sane. I can't deal with these damn insane people. But so I'm gonna start off with some basketball. How do you not have Charles Oakley, bro? Charles Oakley scares me. How old is he? He's 57 years old. If I was in the streets with Charles Oakley's old ass, I'm going for the knees. I'm taking a damn club. I'm going straight for the knees because that old man will beat my ass, bro. So Charles Oakley, the enforcer for the Knicks, Michael Jordan's best friend, protected him while he was young. You got to go with the Oak man. And hey, Dolan, come on, bro. Come on, Dolan.
Dolan don't want those hands.
He should have beat Dolan's ass that night when they kicked him out the damn garden.
They should do that for like one of those fights, like bring Oakley versus Dolan.
They should do celebrity death match. All right, now my next two, they're on the All the Smoke podcast. Both of them. I'm taking Stat and I'm taking Matt Barnes.
They can fight too. I didn't think.
So let me explain why I'm taking Steven Jackson. Steven Jackson was the first one that went into that malice with Ron Artest, who was another person on my list. So Ron Artest, Steven Jackson, those two for sure. Ron Artest got a beard thrown on him, and Ron Artest said,
He punched Buddy in the face.
He said, "Rules ain't no damn rules." That team, that Indiana Pacers team, could have won a championship that year. And he said, "I'm throwing all this out the window to go beat his ass in Detroit, bro." I know about these Detroit people. As a person that spent a good part of his life in Detroit, these people are crazy, okay? And Ron Artest didn't give a damn. That Queensbridge came out, and he went into that stand, right? But guess who was the first person that went with him? Steven Jackson. And he clocked Buddy, and they had to hold it. If he didn't slip, he would have killed that dude probably because he was coming back again. He slipped, and they started holding him back. So Steven Jackson got to take Matt Barnes. This dude, Kobe, faked the ball in Matt Barnes' face, and Matt Barnes did not flinch. The man is insane. How do you not flinch?
It was vice versa. He did it to Kobe. And Kobe.
Oh, You're right. Kobe didn't flinch. But Kobe called Matt Barnes and said, yo, you crazy. So come play with us. Come play with us. Matt Barnes, though, is a ride or die. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I've heard so many stories about him. I'm like, this dude will fight for anybody. Him and Steven Jackson will fight. So I got Matt Barnes, Steven Jackson, run out test.
Lose a fight to a guy in a comb over, though.
Matt Barnes will whoop your ass, bro. Matt Barnes. Listen, Matt Barnes was in high school, like in a more affluent part of California.
You know what the perfect analogy is for this? He drove like 80,000.
90. Kanye West made a. Oh, there we go. That's the story.
Whoop a motherfucker's ass.
Kanye West made a song about Matt
Julian
Barnes.
Edelman, Derek Fisher.
30 hours. My man drew 30 hours to go beat up Derek Fisher's ass. Beat his ass. And, it's cool.
That's pretty fucking crazy.
Yo, Matt Barnes is he drove 30 hours to go beat this man's ass. This man is crazy. Okay. He ride or die. I'm like, yo, Matt, we got to go to Utah to beat this dude ass. Let's go, bro. We're going to light one up on the way. Let's go. All right. Next, I'm going to jump into some football. Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence LT, bro, the original LT. This man was doing cocaine on the sideline and it goes kill your quarterback. Lawrence Taylor is a scary dude, bro. Like I watch so many highlights and film about this dude. That's a scary man. That's not somebody you want to piss off. I gotta have LT. We about to go fight somebody in Canada or in damn Antarctica. I know LT got my back. He gonna do a bump and he gonna go. Tell me when to go. Next, Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis will pray. He will pray and then go kill you right after, bro.
He beat the murder charge.
This man got a murder charge, bro, and left that thing unscathed, bro. Unscathed. So crazy. Aaron Donald, of course. And I got Richie Incognito because he's a bully. Gotta have Incognito. I got Ndamukong Suh because he's a bully. You gotta have some bullies. I got James Harrison because he bench like 800 pounds. Can't not have James Harrison. And then my last one is actually a soccer player. Zidane, the French dude that headbutted that dude. The whole world was watching him. This is the damn biggest soccer, the damn, what do you call it? It's not the World, is it the World Cup?
What's the World Cup?
It's the World Cup. And that man headbutted the dude in the middle of the game. I want that dude on my sideline with me. So that's my 10.
It's a good list. You went off of pure strength and talent.
I went off of crazy. Anybody who's crazy enough to do some crazy stuff like that, you on my squad.
Yeah. Matt Barnes.
Matt Barnes do 30 hours.
Matt Barnes is a good pick, man.
That's really good. 30 hours.
I kind of remember seeing that ESPN segment. They were like, Matt Barnes has crossed, Utah state lines and looking to find Derek Fisher. I was like, whoa.
30 hours.
Exactly, man. But, yep, that's our list. You can
wrap it up.
You know where to find us. Twitter, @fair_weatherpod. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, The Fair Weather Podcast, and wherever you decide to listen to and subscribe to podcasts, you can find us there. Rest in peace, DMX. Black Lives Still Matter.
They still do.
Stop Asian hate.
Nothing's changed.
And that's my show for today.
Listen, hey, my boy DMX, Earl, we love you. Aaron Donald, stop playing with knives. You know where to find us: Twitter, Facebook, MySpace, Mi Gente, Black Planet, Black People Meet, Tinder, Bumble, all of that. We all over the damn map. YouTube, obviously. Facebook, obviously. And that's it. Peace out. Hey, go Sixers. Peace.